Hello friends, my name is Anjali Gupta. I welcome you to the Anjali Show. Friends, I'm a speaker on entrepreneurship and public speaking. Friends, I'm sure you must be wanting to know as to what is the reason as to why I have initiated the Anjali Show. Friends, this is an initiative by me because I would like to invite all of you, yes, my friends, all of you, whether you are an influencer, entrepreneur, professional, speaker, trainer, coach, or consultant, and in case you have a message to share with the world, I would like to invite you on our show so that I can give you a platform to share your message with the world. And friends, in case you are none of these, you are a common man. Still, I'm sure that you have a lot of wisdom and lots of messages to share with the world. I would like to invite all of you who would like to share your message with the world to join us on The Anjali Show so that nothing goes with us in the grave and we are able to share whatever wisdom we have with the humanity. And friends, in the Anjali Show, we keep inviting all the eminent personalities around us. And today we have one more eminent personality amongst us. Her name is Madam Rupa Rao. Ma'am, welcome to the show. Please put yourself on the video, ma'am, and unmute yourself. I welcome you, ma'am, to the Anjali Show.
Hi, thank you. Thank you, Anjali.
Oh, you're welcome. And friends, I would like to now read out her bio to you. Rupa Rao ma'am has around 18 years of experience into training and education. She's a psychologist, coach, and counselor. She loves supporting people to cope up with the emotions, struggles, and the challenges to help them achieve their goals. Isn't that phenomenal, my friend? Not only this, she's also the president of the Noble Institute of Education Society, director of Enginesoft Solutions, and mentor of Anubhuva Summer Camp. Teaching life skill to the young minds is her passion. My friends, the topic of a day today is resilience in children during the pandemic times. We look forward to hearing from you, ma'am. Over to you, ma'am.
Thank you for that wonderful introduction, Anjali. So I want to speak about the resilience. So why I took resilience? Because as I'm a life skill teacher, life skill mentor, I felt resilience is the one thing which parents are missing with their children. Before going to understand what is resilience, let me tell you why this is important at this stage. So you would have seen a ball, a rubber ball. You
Yes.
take that rubber ball and put it on the floor. What happens? You will see that ball coming up. The ball is called as bouncing back. So what happens? Many of us, or even adults, you would have seen them. So this bouncing back is a big challenge. The reason is they're lacking a skill called as resilience. So resilience is a very important thing because life is not a bed of roses. You can't expect the same thing. You will be like this only. We'll be having only happy moments. No, life is about the taking the facing the challenges and risks a lot. So that's the reason we require resilience. As an elder, as an adult, we also required it. At the same time, it's very important that to at this stage, that to when you say the people who are born after 2005 for the children, it's very important to teach them the resilience skills because being born as a single kid or the child at a very rich house, like we try to give them a lot and we want to keep them always happy. At some time when they have to face a challenge or when they get into a failure, you will see them not unable to cope up with those failures, unable to cope up with those challenges. So if you want those things shouldn't happen, it's very important to teach resilience. And I particularly at this pandemic situation, I want every child to learn this resilience. It's very important. The reason is the, during this pandemic, you will see like recently in June and July, there was a research being done by the World University and also the London University, like including 60 countries, which included the 60 countries of studies, where they observed during this pandemic situation, children's are going to suffer a long-term depression, this kind of thing, like maybe once after this being isolated at home or being at home without support of parents or being like not able to communicate, so they are probed to this kind of depressions. So this is the study has been done. So the depression can be anything, like the reason may be anything for that depression, maybe a small failure during this pandemic. Their classes are not being held regularly. If you can see, like only online classes are there, the children may not score very good marks. The first failure, like they may get like instead of getting some marks, some higher marks, some X mark, they may get X minus something. So that definitely it yields them to like it's a kind of challenge to them. And second thing, they are unable to share their feelings with their friends. See, whatever we are as a parent, we feel like we can give them all the things, we can act as a parent, that's what we feel, but the reality is not like that. Especially the children above 8 years or 10 years, they require the friends to share and care. So this opportunity they are missing. So these are all the challenges. As a, though there are small challenges, you can see them growing into bigger challenges in future, maybe because this kind of the pandemic issue may continue up to another 18 months. That's what we are expecting. So now let us come to the resilience. It is the ability of bouncing back from the from the disappointment and any kind of depression or any kind of challenges, effects and failures. It's the ability. So it's a kind of flexibility a rubber ball has. That is what we are supposed to have it. So this is where the restricted parents, as a parent being at home teaching to the children, is very important. The role of the parents is here. So having understood resilience, let me tell you a story. Maybe everybody of us knows, like to understand better. In 2000, ABC company, that is Amitabh Bachchan's company. All of us know, like how Amitabh ABC company had a biggest loss, and now again he's a superstar, right? So that is the one thing. Like he took that as a challenge, and he started he didn't feel that. There are a lot of examples I can give, those who could not face the challenges that, and they got into suicidal issues, you would have seen. But there are few people who have come out of this, like it's a kind of rising from ashes. So rising from ashes is nothing but a resilience, I can say. So how do we teach our parents usually understand, yeah, we know what is resilience. When ourselves don't know, how do we teach this resilience to the children? So resilience is it's a kind of I can say, like how do you know this as a resiliency, like your person, your child has a resilience or not are resilient. So whenever you tell them a kind of difficulty situations, or you tell them to do some work, or you scold them, you say something, and if they are depressed about that, then they are not resilient enough, they are not understanding what you are telling. So now this is the right time for you to teach them the resilience. Whenever they have to get up early in the morning due to this, like, or whenever they have to sit in front of the mobile for say 1 hour, 2 hours for attending the classes, and they say our eyes are burning, or we cannot handle, we are getting bored. So half an hour to 1 hour, even at the like as soon as they start 15 to 20 minutes, it means that they are lacking in the resilience, because they are unable to adjust to the new normal. They are not adjusting. When one of the very important thing is to adjust to the new normal at this stage. And so as a parent, we have to be able to explain them these things. You have to explain them. Before that, you have to understand them. I have to tell them, like, the life is not about a bed of roses. So as there are a lot of things, this is a small incident like the corona. It is, but later corona 1 may come, corona 2 may come, or COVID 20, 21, 22, we really don't know. So you have to be prepared for that. So the first thing. So then there is a theory. If you teach, if you like, you ask child to do some work and you give them reward immediately, never ever do that. the research shows if you give, that is called as instant gratification. If the children who are expecting, who are like prone to this kind of instant gratification, they don't have the resilience skills. So always giving a reward, definitely give a reward, but make them wait for 1 hour or 2 hours or 3 hours or a day. They will be ideally okay. This is a psychologically proven thing. So it's called as delay discounting. So always this like when the children are not adjusting to this delay, then that shows that they are not resilient enough. So please prepare them for this now onwards. So whenever you ask them to do any work, or if you have promised them, or if you have committed some rewards, definitely give the rewards, but never ever overdo it. The first thing, and second thing is don't do immediately. In future, what happens when this child gets into a problem? So he finds a solution and he wants to implement it, and if that solution does not work immediately, then the child gets into depression and he may not handle the situation. So that's the reason. The second thing. And third thing is, try to increase the self-confidence in the children. So there are 7 C's. So I'll just try whatever is the number of the things is possible. I'll just go, which is very important at this stage. So always build the confidence in the children. How do you build the confidence? When I say confidence, it is not about overconfidence. This is about building the self-confidence, being assertive. Let them be assertive. At the same time, let them not be dependent on you. So let them handle small challenges. So maybe if you are not used to let them alone, maybe 1 hour or 2 hours, you ask them to do some work alone at home. And also if they are fearing for certain kind of darkness or certain kind of issues, if they have the fears, you sit with them, counsel them, or have the confidence with them that they can overcome these fears. So these are the small challenges which may affect the resilience skill of the children. Then second thing is, always give them the commitment you are with them, and hard work always gives you reward. Maybe it may not be right now, maybe in the future, but definitely you will get the reward. So never ever go with the old one. I mean, never ever go with the shortcuts. So because shortcuts are very sweeter, at the same time, shortcuts like it doesn't require you to have a resilience skill. It doesn't give you any challenges, but at the same time, these shortcuts will hurt you. Once if you are gone, you're gone. So if you would have heard a story of 2 stones, the story says like a sculptor took 2 stones and he wanted to make idol in one of that idol. So what happened? Like this sculpture started chiseling and hitting the stone, and the first stone broken, and it said like, I can't tolerate anymore. Don't ask me. So then he took that stone and he kept it aside, and he took the other stone. And this stone was very patient. It was resilient, and it was taking all the hittings, everything. And finally, we got a beautiful idol. And that idol was kept for the puja. And whereas this stone was used for the steps. So the person who uses the stopping stone, definitely we do have a lot of stopping stones, but we shouldn't use it as a stopping stone. The failure is like a stopping stone, but we should not use it as a stopping stone, but we have to use it as a stepping stone, so that we'll be using every milestones we can develop. This concept you have to develop with the children. You can tell this kind of stories, one who tolerates and also able to come out of the issues, faces the challenges without being hesitant and without giving up. Very important, without giving up. They can definitely come up in the life. So failures are not the ending of the life. Failures are a stepping stone to the success. So these are the things we have to instill in the children. This is what I feel. This would be good, better if as a parent, if you can instill it to your children, it is always better.
Thank you so much, Rupa ma'am, for enlightening us with such a wonderful session of yours. What I liked precisely about your session was, of course, it should never be a shortcut. It should not be an instant gratification. Plus, from the stopping stone to the stepping stone. And this is a wonderful takeaway for me, myself, and I'm sure it must be for all the viewers. Thank you once again for your wonderful sharing. How is it that we can build resilience in children? My friends, my viewers, I'm sure you must have learned a lot. Please, in case you feel any help is required, please feel free to reach Rupa ma'am. You can also get in touch with her, in case you have my phone number always. So you can always get in touch with me. I can always put you across to Rupa ma'am. My phone number, my WhatsApp phone number is 97178 And you can also send us an email, which is theanjalishow@gmail.com. So number one, in case you would like to get in touch with Rupa ma'am, these are my numbers. And even if otherwise, you would like to come on our show, share your message with us. The same numbers apply. I will repeat myself. My WhatsApp number is 97178 and our email ID is theanjalishow@gmail.com. Thank you so very much for joining me in, and thank you so much, Rupa ma'am, once again. We look
Anjali,
forward to
thanks for
having you once
inviting.
again on our show.
Thank you.